that you made me cry. So don't come back. Oh, you never took the time to say. You didn't think you should explain. Like I don't care, you're kidding me. Don't do that. Oh, I don't tell anybody, no. That I'm feeling so miserable. All my friends tell me to be strong. If they're right, why does it feel so wrong? Just because you hurt doesn't mean my heart don't want you. Footprints in the dirt, following your every move. I tried to be the best for you when you broke my heart in two. Oh, saying you didn't know, but I know you do. It's a fact. Oh, I don't tell anybody, no. That I'm feeling so miserable. All my friends tell me to be strong. If they're right, why does it feel so wrong? Just because you hurt doesn't mean my heart don't want you. Footprints in the dirt, following your every move. Just because you hurt doesn't mean my heart don't want you. Footprints in the dirt, following your every move, even though it hurts. Hey baby, do you believe me when I say I miss you so? It seems like your mind is elsewhere. Whenever we're on the phone, always on the go, like you got a place to be, never on your own. Something you're not telling me, yeah. I believe it's true. You're all for someone new. I've never felt this stupid, thinking I'm enough for you. Tell me, is she cute? Is she my substitute? I've never felt so certain that I've had enough for you. Hey cheater, do you feel better now that you've broken my trust? Oh, boy, do you even remember that love is more than just lust? Always on the go, like you got a place to be, never on your own. Something you're not telling me, yeah. I believe it's true. You're all for someone new. I've never felt this stupid, thinking I'm enough for you. Tell me, is she cute? Is she my substitute? I've never felt so certain that I've had enough for you. I've had enough of you. You're just too much. I'm way too good for you. You're just a bluff. I'm so fed up with you. It's bad enough that I'm way too good for you. I believe it's true. You're all for someone new. I've never felt this stupid, thinking I'm enough for you. substitute. I've never felt so certain that I've had enough for you. So tell your good night, 'cause can stop me. Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way, I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell your good lies, 'cause I'll buy no matter what. Yeah, susceptible now. Before the moment flies, before it flies. So tell your good lies, 'cause I'll buy no matter what. Susceptible now, before the moment flies.
All right, well, there we go. We just got started. I was saying hit the like button, blah, blah, blah. How y'all doing? We back. Keep the engagement up. Yeah, the engagement is already up. Okay, so we need to have the likes at over 2,500. Pre-system checks. We are in. We are in. We are in. We are in. Good. Output volume and input volume is there. So here's what I need for you guys to do. As I'm getting ready to go out of town this week, going to be hanging out in LA. It ought to be very interesting. I'm going to go out there and do the No Jumper podcast and some other things. Shout out to everybody that I'm going to meet while I'm there. A lot of collaborations, a lot of cross work. May even break some new things open. So don't be surprised if you see somebody possibly new on the channel. But here's the thing, hit the like button. The like button, dislike, it doesn't matter. Candle of the evening. Suntal 26. And fragrance of the evening from Kimmy. Layla. Layla. No, it's not Eric Clapton, but it does smell incredible. Layla. Leave that sitting right there. So, yeah, the Expeditiously podcast. Yeah, shot that. We're going to end up reshooting it though. Some things are going on. So we're going to end up reshooting that. But it was a cool time, man. I'm going to tell you, man. You know, I'm always a fan of information over headlines. And I don't care what nobody do in their bedroom. That's them private people's business. I'm there to do the work. And the work is what the work is. So that's what happened there. Okay, that's not doing anything. So how we doing? Say Clapton is God. Yeah, Clapton is the man. So you see the title of the show. Climb this wall to get to me. The title of the show, I was going to make it You Hate Women, but that's too easy. We're going to do both of these shows at the same time. Climb the wall to get to me and or You Hate Women. Why? Because many women today seem to operate under the misconception that the men that they want need to perform the 12 labors of Hercules in order to prove their undying love to them. And then they're willing to finally bestow upon him their womanly wiles. Okay? Now, the funny thing is, oftentimes, these women are not virgins, which, hey, no problem. Sometimes come with kids, many things. So let's just say if they were vehicles, they would be high mileage. And I would say that it would be from a consumer standpoint, it doesn't make a lot of sense to ask premium prices for high mileage vehicles, but that in effect seems to be what's going on with a lot of women. But here's the thing. I wanted to come at it from both standpoints. One, from the men's standpoint, it's just market economics. How much does it cost? Can I afford it? Do I want to buy used or do I want to get new? That's what it comes down for men. But for women, I need to demystify some of this stuff, guys. Because just like when I had the young lady that was on Saturday, and the woman that was on Friday, when I talk to women one on one, slowly but surely, even some of the most ardent critics, guard seems to come down. Why? Well, I have a theory that one, many women today did not get to be daddy's little girl, did not get to be a princess. So you never got that unconditional love from a father, and you grew up with a mother who, even though doing the best she could, James Ingram said, I did my best, but I guess my best wasn't good enough because that woman was raising the woman that was going to end up being competition for the very men that they both want. I mean, when I was a boy, you did not see women in the club with their grandmothers. I mean, you did not see mothers in the club with their daughters. That just did not happen. That just did not happen. Mothers were not in the clubs with their daughters when I was a boy. But it is extremely common in a pre-COVID world. Why? Because modern women are free to do whatever you want. You see it in the description. Women today are admittedly more successful than ever and increasingly lonely and scared. And so we got to get to it. We got to get to it. Not the bravado so many women have. You got to climb this wall. You got to dig this ditch. You got to do this to get to me. We got to get to the part to where the scared, lonely little girl is over there. When I say little girl, is a part of some coaching and training will say you got to look at the adult and see the child. And when you look at, and when I talk to a lot of alpha women, I see a scared girl that's afraid to be hurt, or a scared girl that got hurt and learned a lesson and said never again. And I see a strong alpha woman protecting this little girl in the corner. Now that may be offensive to some women, but that's my personal take. That's my personal take. And for some men, I see this. But ladies, I got to ask you a question. Why do you think that men who are out here working 60, 70, 80, 100 hours a week, out here competing locally, statewide, regional, nationally, internationally, have to then go out and conquer you, handle you, break you, subdue you, climb the wall to you? Why do you think that's what needs to happen? That's what I really want to hear from you ladies. Why do some of you ladies feel like the men that are out here that can pay the cost to be the boss, that are the kind and caliber of man you want, you feel like these men need to prove something to you? This is where your make him wait 90 days, these silly 90-day rules, this reborn virgin stuff comes from. This is where all these, well, I'm going to save myself till marriage after you've got 2 kids carrying on. I mean, seriously. Red Bull break. Ladies, why do you think that makes sense? Why do you why do you think a man would need to prove himself to you? And how's that working for you? My guess is it's not working that well at all. It's not working that well at all. And the reality for many of you ladies is, as tough as you think you are, as bold as you think you are, this new posture is keeping you massively alone. Why is that important? Well, because somebody needed to tell you, and if no one's going to tell you, let me be the first one to tell you. Ladies, you got to drop this. Men are not going to, especially men over 35. What you're asking for is puppy love, harlequin romance, damsel in distress, the knight's quest. That's what you're wanting. And let's be honest, many women feel like that by doing this, they can pre-qualify men and know that the men are going to be serious about the women. Get them up. Get them up.
I'm a PhD.
Shout out to the folks that finally hit the dadgum like button. Shout out to Keegan. Let me tell you what's going on with the super chat thing. Some people have been reporting issues with super chat. Here's what I figured out. If you're unable to super chat because it keeps giving you a message send error, it's not because you're blocked. What it is some users cannot write a message in their super chat, meaning that you can super chat with the amount, but you can't type it in. I have to do this. So if you ever see me super chatting in somebody's room, you notice how there's never any message because I can't. I don't know why. Maybe it's an iPhone function. I have no idea, and I can't get an answer back from YouTube. But anyway, ladies, let's get right to it. You're a strong, independent career
I'm a
woman.
PhD.
You're a PhD. You got things going on. And what kind of inspired this podcast is I watched a show called Tyler Perry's Sisters. And I'm going to try to be as nice as possible, but it had me wanting to throw my computer out of the window. Soon as this thing started, it started with a woman who was a beautiful woman with locks and braids or whatever. And she's making love to this brother. And of course, what happens? He gets a page or a text or whatever, and he has to leave. Turns out that this dude is a personal trainer and married. So what do we see? A powerful, successful, attractive black woman as a mistress to a personal trainer black man. Come on, man. We're already starting with the BS. Then the next thing you see going on, you see a loudmouth sister driving in the car, all the gossip. I mean, all these characters. Then you see the sister that works at then you see a woman going to her OBGYN with, what's his name? The young brother whose wife schedules sex. I actually talked about them recently. But it's funny. The sister's in the OBGYN and she's making sure she gets a clean bill of health because her boyfriend, husband, whatever, out cheating on her and brought something home. Now, whatever she does for a living, I don't know. But what I do know is this dude drives a cart through the airport. So we got a personal trainer and we got a dude that's driving a cart through the elevator, through the airport. Then fast forward, we got a sister at the bank and then a sister at the bank working next to a gay black man. And then you got the light-skinned brother coming into the bank line. He's been coming in for 6 weeks, letting people go this other way, all because he finally worked up his nerve to shoot the shot at the sister. Now, apparently this dude is a business person, successful, has money, but of course what? She doesn't want to go out with him because what? Her gay black friend thinks that he may be on the down low, whatever. And they end up, it's just it's a bunch of mess. The black woman waiting on the black woman's representing another black woman. She gets a huge settlement from her black husband who's represented by the white man. They're all out celebrating. And then the banker girl tells her, dude, well, meet me out here. I'll be hanging out with my girls. And this dude beta slides his way in there, just watch the season 1, episode 1. It's bull crap. Sorry, Tyler, but I am tired of your portrayal of black men as weak. You got a cheating personal trainer with a powerful attorney getting $25 million settlements, $20 million settlements. You got a guy who's driving a cart through the airport. Then you got a brother who owns businesses that's arguably paid, but he's having to convince a woman who works at a gosh darn bank that he's not gay. I don't know none of these dudes. I don't know any of these dudes. And ladies, if you are telling men that because based upon these caricatures, this image of men, that those are the men that you are trying to get to climb your wall. Let me tell you something. The men that I'm talking about, it's going to be your ass climbing the wall. That's right. I said it. It's you climbing the wall. Break out the spikes, break out the hand grips, chalk your hands, mount up, and get ready to scale because the wall is your fertility. At 30 years old, you've hit it. Some of y'all have blasted right through it. You're not 22 years old anymore. And the men who actually have the means, ability, and temperament to be ready to deal with, to have a relationship, not a situationship, a relationship, and the money to pay are not driving carts in airports. They're not personal training. He's got to come over at 4:00 in the morning. No disrespect to the personal trainers, but y'all know what I mean. They're not these busted dudes, man. Where are the brothers that are actually doing something? Where are the engineers, the science, engineering, technology, math? Where are these guys? The one black kind of black man as a lawyer is a bum, man. Anyway, why is all this important? Because, ladies, it must be that you're talking about men like that. Because when you're talking about productive, competitive, successful men, high value men, Blake Henry, Brad Lee, Ahmed Keith, and Enrique, they ain't climbing shit. They're climbing the heights of success. They're climbing the corporate ladder, the entrepreneurial ladder. And what they're looking for is to someone that can help them elevate past that glass ceiling in corporate America. Someone who can inspire them to go further. Not someone who actually wants to put more on their back so they can prove that they are worthy to have their used vehicle. But I get it. I get why so many women think this is acceptable, because you've been told men are from Mars, you're from Venus. You've been told to act like a woman, think like a man. You've been told all these things. And like I said, when you look out into these audiences, there are no men. Well, over here, ladies, you're hearing from the men who are out there. Just like I just posted a video on my channel. Shout out to the young sister. She finally made a video of her talking about how Kevin Samuels' advice got me engaged. Where's your results? That's a black man who's actually come out and said my advice in my group. He found his fiance less than 6 months. And now a black woman who's 23, going to be a lawyer. And she showed the engagement in Aruba. So while women are coming over here saying this swirlers say this about you, or these people say that about you, or these people say you hate women, I got results. I got results, and I got something to tell you. The kind of men who engage, the kind of men who propose in Aruba, the kind of men who buy homes in Houston are not climbing walls. They need you to have a can-do spirit yourself, a good faith approach to them. They're not going to spend the time to have to break down your walls. They're not. They're not. Absolutely N-O-T not. There ain't enough fine. There ain't enough possible access to your bomb diggity because all y'all got the bomb. Absolutely not. They're going to go right on past you over to that woman that's cooperative. And that's what so many women are missing. When I go to LA this week, I'm going to do what I do. But when I slide down to Dallas and Houston to deal with Houston, we have a problem. Yes, because there are so many women in Houston. So many women in Houston. So many women in Houston that fit this professional, pretty professional, paralyzed dynamic. Houston, Atlanta, and for some reason, there seems to be a glut of them in San Diego and Seattle. Seattle, San Diego, Houston, and Atlanta. Yeah, they exist everywhere, but the women in Chicago, New York, Dallas, and to a lesser degree, Miami, it's a different vibe. But the ones in Atlanta, Houston, San Diego, Seattle, just a different thing. And we're going to go talk to them. Because I talk to women from Seattle, and I hear so many women from Seattle on this same thing. A man has to prove to them. And I'm like, no, sis. No. You need to date a higher caliber man. Talk to women in San Diego. Women in San Diego. Men got it. No, sis. No. And this is irrespective. This isn't just black women. It's women across the board. San Diego is loaded with this. Loaded. You would think it would be LA, but I understand why they're in San Diego, because they left LA because of the plasticness of it. Yeah, your godfather knows what he's talking about. They go to Houston because Dallas is a little bit of the $40,000 millionaire. Yeah, but anywho, so if you fall into this category where the hairs on the back of your neck stand up a little bit, you ready to throw the what your wine at the camera? Good, I'm talking to you because it's Monday and you watching my show. You're watching my show because in the places where you don't want to admit to your girlfriends, y'all sit around and talk crap and say, this man hates women like nobody else. And y'all pass that around on Instagram and Twitter and all these other things. That's what you say with your girlfriends. But then you're sending me emails from dummy accounts trying to pick my brain. You sending me emails from dummy accounts or purchasing your time to talk with me, hoping knowing that I'm not going to say anything. See, these women, guys, how do I know them? Because I talk to them. I talk to them almost every day. At least 3 times a week, I'm talking to these women. They'll say one thing online, one thing in their sorority meeting, one thing out in the world, and then behind the scenes, it's like, I'm so tired of being alone. I'm so tired on my own. Won't you help me? Mm-hmm. They coming in here doing their best Al Green. Yep. Al Greening like a mug. And I'm here to help. But one of the first things we're going to do, oh, no. Oh, what is going on over here? We're going to have to do something about this. We're going to have to, we got over 10,000 people in here. So when we hit 10,000, we go to a minute on the, slow the chat down. So, guys, there's the Cash App. It's down there at the bottom. If you a Cash App person, hit the Cash App. If not, hit Super Chat. Let me read some of these Super Chat questions. And I'm going to open the call line. And he said, ain't climbing the thing. That's right. Ladies, understand something. They got Coming to America 2 coming back out. The men the kind of men that you want are expecting you to climb. And that's the disconnect. Because you can tell these dudes over here who fear you, who can't look you in the eye and straight up say, I like you. I want to, go listen to the young lady and she'll tell you what the men he's talking about. These men know what they want. They date with purpose and they know inside the first or second date. These are the men who propose in under 6 months. They ain't wasting time. And they will look you in the eye with certainty and tell you what they want. But let me tell you something else. You're afraid of them. Yeah, I said it. You're afraid of them. You ladies that want somebody to climb the wall, really what you're doing is you want to put yourself so far out of reach so when you lose, it ain't your fault. But see, the guys you want to climb, you're basing the climb off of these guys over here who are driving the carts. But the guys who actually have the ability, the kind of men you're talking about, they don't need to climb a wall. They're already up there. You aren't on their level because you're not used to dating them. You're used to dating these bums. You're not used to dating high value men. You're not used to dating PCS men. You're used to dating fuckboys, lames, goofies, and weirdos, Madden Kings, homosexuals, hobosexuals, meaning living on somebody's couch, sleeping his way around to get his rent paid. That's what you used to date. You used to dating them. So you're making all your rules for these fools. But the dudes you're talking about, you don't even know how to talk to these dudes. So you talk to these guys like they're over here and you blow it right out the rip. Just like the dude I was talking about going into the bank trying to holler at the bank teller. In the real world, she'd have blew that right off the rip. Talking to him like he was small. He owns his business. She worked at a bank. She talking to him like she got leverage. What kind of world is this? You're a bank teller. He had millions, hundreds of thousands at least. He had more than her. And she interviewing him? Are we serious? But you're talking to this dude over here and set it off. Just like Jada Pinkett's character was talking to Blair Underwood's character like he was a chump. No, that crap only flies in the black community. The problem is you don't know how to talk to dudes like this over here because they move in a certain way. They're already up here. And honestly, guys, these women are really scared of you. Oh, yeah. I'm going to tell it on you. I'm going to tell it on you. I'm going to tell it on every one of you 8, 9, and 10 pretty professional paralysis women. You are terrified of the very men who you want because now you got to act like you know. Because now you got to deliver. See, you could always say it's because these men ain't good enough. But these men over here, they're gonna put you to work. You got to act like you know. You got to get rid of your rotation. You got to act. You got to do the damn thing. It's game time with these dudes. And when you lose with him, you're going to lose big. It's not losing a preseason game like these suckers over here. You're losing a mother flipping Super Bowl. And many of you women out here, you're pretty professional women, you're Buffalo Bills of the 90s, 4-time losers. Oh, shit. That's right, because you don't know how to deal with these guys. You don't talk to them. So you think you're going to sit back and move in the same way. And these dudes are sitting back like, I'll give her half a chance. I mean, let me give her, extend a little grace and mercy. And when they finally give you a chance, you still are afraid. You are terrified because you never really truly thought it through. You never truly thought it through. You never truly thought of what it meant not to get married, but be a wife. Like I said when I was over at the podcast, ask a woman what she wants, she'll write War and Peace. Ask her what she's bringing to the table, what she's willing to do to get it. It won't fill the back of a stamp. Everybody laughed. And then when I started asking women what they want, this shit just kept going on and on and on and on. When I asked what they bring to the table, it was just quiet. Ask what they bring to the table. It was just, what? Bring to the table? You get me. I mean, you get all of me. You get my. I mean, what? Who are you, Johnny Gill, up in this motherfucker? My. You ain't got nothing better than that. You ain't got nothing better than that. It's just you get my, and they end up sounding like my, you get my. And what they're doing is stalling for time. They stalling for time because they've never been put on the spot to say, what happens if you run into that dude? What happens if you run into Boaz? Are you ready for prime time? Are you ready for the game? Are you ready to win? And then this is when they start running. Oh, I'm going there with y'all. I am going there with y'all. Because this is when they start running. This is when stuff starts happening. My cat got coronavirus. My cousin's little sister's uncle's hamster is in jail. We gotta stop dating her right now. This is when all the excuses started. When they meet a dude that's on this level who's certified, solid, thorough, they don't have the chops for it. They don't have the game for it, so they start running. Track shoes is on and they looking like Carl Lewis, Usain Bolt, Flojo in the 80s. You women are afraid because you are afraid to lose. More importantly, you are afraid to win. You know how to deal with this, but what you don't know is how to deal with this. So knock all this climbing your wall and proving to you what happens when you actually get to the peak. Are you ready to plant the flag or do you get scared? Do you get scared? Do you get scared and stop climbing and just stay there? Don't get mad at me. It ain't my fault. It ain't my fault. But hey, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe y'all got it all together. Maybe you need these guys over here to climb Mount Everest, and these guys over here need to climb Mount Kilimanjaro, or what? Mount Kilimanjaro. Whatever. Maybe you think both of these guys both got something to prove to you. How's that working out for you? And while you trying to get it figured out, while you saying he hates women, he don't know what you're talking about, time is ticking. And what happened? That's one that went to Becky. That's one that went to Marisol. That's one that went to Mylene. That's one that went to Anu. That's one that went to Kim. That's one that went to Tiffany. That was one that went to Heather. That's one that went to Brittany. You just losing. Boom, 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 boom. Every time you ain't got your stuff together, you just losing them. You just losing them. You just losing them. And you up in the danger zone thinking, hot girl summer, and I'm too young to get married, and I need to experience my career, and I need to do this, and I need to do that. 22 is too young to get married. I need to get out here and work and experience some things. Translation, I need to get out here and ride the CC, the carousel. I need to get out here and have some meaningless sex with a bunch of different guys so I don't have to feel like I didn't get it all my fades out of my system. Next thing you know, you decide to get all the way past the danger zone, early 30s. You just in the danger zone, then you're cripping right on into no man's land. Now you're looking around like, it's 30. I can see 35. Now you're trying to order up a boyfriend and a husband like you do on Uber Eats or DoorDash. The problem is the men exist. Your skills don't. You're still dating like a 14-year-old. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm talking about. Who's your Valentine? Oh, shit. You're going to hell. Going to hell. Yeah, who's your Valentine? Who's your Valentine? Huh? What? Who is your Valentine? Who's your Valentine? Or is it Galentine's Day for you? What's Galentine's Day? What you single women have done to yourself. Galentine's Day. When you go out with your girlfriends looking like Noah's Ark, 2 to a group, 4 to a group, walking through Papado, 4 y'all, sitting down at Galentine's Day, drinking Chardonnay, talking about we happy, ain't we? Yep, we sure is. We sure is happy. Waddling your ass on in the Papado. Got the nerve to be exchanging gifts to one another. What you gonna get your girlfriend for Valentine's Day? Huh? Which one of y'all gonna be a bartender first? There's anything wrong with that. You know, if you want to go get your liquor license, call. Cool. Get your Niecy Nash on. Because all these men are too weak to climb the wall and meet you, so you might as well lower it down for Brad, or you might as well lower it down for Niecy. But see, here's the thing. Before you start talking about swirling and dating out, such and so forth, keep that same energy and those same standards for the men that don't look like you and the women that don't earn like him. Oh, yeah, I am going all in on this because it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Well, these men don't exist. They don't want to marry. They don't want to have families. No, they don't want to deal with you because you're not ready for them. So here we are from Halloween to Valentine's Day, the murderer's row of relationships. Xanax, Prozac, and Chardonnay sales have been through the roof. If you can survive Valentine's Day, what are you going to do? You're going to pretend like it didn't happen? You're going to pretend like you didn't spend another relationship season by your French toast self? You're going to act like you go to another relationship season tired and alone because men can't climb that wall? Or is 2021, Valentine's Day 2021, the last one you want to spend by yourself? Is it the last one you want to sit back and say, you know what? I need to do the work on the little girl inside the woman. I need to go see a therapist. I'm not a therapist. I'm a consultant. You need to go see a therapist. Go see a therapist and work on the woman in the mirror. Work on the child inside the woman. And then start doing the work to become a better person for you and for everybody that's got to deal with you. And then maybe, just maybe, you can start having better outcomes in relationships. Because the first relationship you have better is the one you have with yourself. Let's get into it because, maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm just wrong. I mean, I could be wrong. You may be right. I could be wrong, though. I don't think so. But let's get into it. Let's get into it. And let's see.
What you gonna do when highlight catch an attitude? Drop to the knees and show gratitude. Kiss my ring, chick. This song right here is for all the fellas out there taking care of business and making that money to provide for their ladies, provide for their family. And to all the ladies out there, the fellas are gonna need a little bit more than a big piece of chicken. If you got a good man and you want for nothing, and you wanna keep that man, you need to learn how to check that attitude. You need to show some appreciation. You need to show some respect. Girl, you need to bow down. All my fellas, tell your ladies. Bow to me, kneel for me, kneel for me. Kiss the ring, bow to me, kneel for me, kneel for me. Pay homage to the king in your life. Wisdom and security, I give that. Devotion and honesty, I show that. Passion and love, you feel that? Bow down, girl, you need to show some respect. Obedience and loyalty, I need that. Friendship and trust, I've earned that. Gratitude, appreciation, I deserve that. Bow down, pay homage to the king in your life. Baby girl, what's the deal? Got no time for freaking girl, you're acting mad. Never want for nothing cause I'm paying the bill. Sleeping all day, the house is filthy. No bill. Come on, girl, give me some feedback. Let me know what's good, what's up. Where's your head at? Giving me attitude, not today, girl. Dead that. Strip off them clothes, I'm trying to beat that. Bed that. You're really saying not tonight? Not tonight. My blood is boiling hot, girl, you're getting me tight. Aw, man. To the right. Don't let that door hit your ass when you leave. You talking like you hot, you not. Bugging out. Shorty, I know dime pieces, trust me, you not. I can get a next chick, next one. Like Gucci said, in the next 15 minutes. You ain't special, don't be foolish. Running around town like you rich, no, I'm rich. Without me, you wouldn't even have that. I'm Scrooge McDuck swimming in money. Hold my top hat. Park Avenue lifestyle, you love it. You're acting out of order and now you're gonna lose it. You claim that you're in love with me, You wanna be my wifey, be my wifey. That's looking pretty bleak, unlikely. You should've paid homage, girl, you fucked up. Can't do it, no more, I'm done. I'm fed up, game over, clock ran out. Girl, your time's up, get your things, have a nice life. Keep your head up like Shaq and Kobe was a good team. But now we broke up, should've bowed to me, kneel for me, kneel for me. Kiss the ring, bow to me, kneel for me. Pay homage to the king in your life. Wisdom and security, I give that. Devotion and honesty, I show that. Passion and love, you feel that? Bow down, girl, you need to show some respect. Obedience and loyalty, I need that. Friendship and trust, I've earned that. Gratitude, appreciation, I deserve that. Bow down, pay homage to the king in your life. Come on, girl, you know you love it. Stop tripping in front and no shame to do it. All I do for you, bow down, kiss that. Pucker up, girl, you need to show some respect. Come on, girl, you know you love it. Stop tripping in front and no shame to do it. All I do for you, girl, you know you better kiss that. Bow down, pay homage to the king in your life. Come on, you know you love it. Come on, you know you love it. What you gonna do when highlight catch an attitude? Drop to them knees and show gratitude. Come on, you know you love it. Come on, girl, you know you love it. What you gonna do when highlight catch an attitude? Drop to the knees and show gratitude. Kiss my ring, chick.
Rings in the air, fellas. Ladies, put the wedding rings in the air. Oh, too soon. Too soon. I'm sorry. Was that too soon? Okay, I'm sorry, ladies. I didn't mean that. All right, here's what to do. Ladies, put the ring finger in the air where the ring can go. If you're ready. All right, here we go. Now remember, I'll be nice to you if you're nice to me. I also want to address a couple of things. One, content vultures. If I see my content on your channel or if somebody reports that you got my content on your channel without permission, it's getting a strike. No complimentary emails, no nothing. If I do a 10-minute video and you got a 12-minute video calling it a reaction and you got 2 minutes of you talking over my video, I don't care. That's coming. Let YouTube decide. Make your own content. Number one. Number two. You know, the people I know who are content creators have my permission and we're cool. But if I don't know you, assume that I'm going to assume you're bootlegging and stealing my content. And that goes for all of you. So if you don't mind getting a strike or possibly losing your channel, that's cool. But don't get mad if it happens, because I've said it many times. Number one. Number two, there's this notion that I treat women, I've heard this go around, women who are more attractive, you're nicer to them. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Because the funny thing is, if you look on my channel, for 8+ months, I've had beautiful women on my channel. Read them the right act. Woman on Clubhouse is very attractive. So look, I mirror what people give me. And what many of you are proving, men and women, is that you need work on your people skills. It is a fool that treats everybody the same. You need to learn how to read the room. You don't just treat everyone 100% the same. There is called situational awareness. But at the end of the day, I'm nice to somebody as long as they're nice to me. And it's about their intentions. If I read that something's not good faith, I don't care. You can act like you're nice and I'll still be rude because I think you're lying. I saw that happen on somebody's platform today. Somebody coming all in, acting like they were being nice on their side, but no. All right, so 10. Okay, you're not ready. All right, so if you have a disagreement, raise your hand in the chat room. What is going on over here, man? If you have a disagreement, raise your hand in the chat room. Orta and Foreman, your audio is not connected. So, Maria, unmute yourself. Maria, unmute yourself. What is going on here, man? Okie dokie. That's got to go. If you got stuff like that going on in your background, you got to go. Somebody else is like, hey, man, we get somebody to screen these people. Look, we build it or we fly it. We got what we got, man. It's as a function of Zoom. No, just a second. This is not working right. Mute all upon entry. Allow participants to unmute themselves. All right, Tangela, go ahead and unmute yourself. Hi, what do you got for? What?
I do agree with a lot of your points.
Okay.
With my past history, I was married at 21 and got divorced later after that. Came off the market, went back on the market.
Do you have a question?
But I do. I feel like both men and women should prove themselves to each other.
Why?
Because, okay, in relationships, it's a give and take, right? You have to get to that point of getting to marriage. Pitch with you, you're saying, okay, he has worked his way up. A lot of women.
Who has to get to that point?
Both.
No. That's why you're wrong. No.
Why do you feel that way?
I don't feel that way, I think.
Okay.
See, women control access to sex. We have to work our way up to sex with you. True or false?
True.
Right. You have to work your way up to marriage with us.
Right.
Well, no, it's
Right.
not right because you just said it's 50. We both have to work. So if that's the case, you in your sex
So,
scenario, you'd have to work yourself up to sex with us, and men are ready to have sex almost immediately.
so do you feel like
How
women
old are
don't
you?
have to prove
How
them?
old are you?
I am 33.
I like to talk in terms of think instead of feel.
Okay.
Okay, so your question again is what?
My question is, why do you not feel like men, well, why do you not think that men should prove themselves to women?
Because you don't propose, we do.
Correct. Okay. I can see that.
Okay,
And
let me ask you. Let me ask you. When you go to for a job interview, is it on you to prove yourself worthy for the job, or is it for the company to sell you on the position?
both.
What's
It
paramount though? What's paramount though?
was paramount.
Yes, let's not play games,
Yep.
33-year-old woman. Do you think it's more okay? So let me get this right. The way you're talking is what a top candidate would do. I said a
Okay.
job. A job.
So you
So
don't feel like a woman is a top candidate?
again, think. See, this is the problem. You ladies act like you have more leverage than you do.
I'm not saying that. I'm
Yes,
saying,
ma'am, you said a woman's a top candidate. I'm talking about women in general.
I said, do you
How
not think that a woman is a
I,
top candidate?
that by the question you're asking is, do I think all women are top candidates?
Do you not
No,
feel that way? Do
no.
you think that
Are you
way?
serious? Are you all tens?
No, but I'm still okay. You're gonna be a 10 in that guy's eyes. The
No, you're
man that you
not.
marry,
No, you're
he's
not.
gonna be
No, you're not.
okay.
You said you were married,
Yes, I was married.
and who filed for? And you're divorced now.
I did. We
Who
were
filed
from
for
two different
divorce?
cultures.
Huh?
Parents, I did. I filed for divorce.
Why?
Or it's because we were from two different cultures. He was from Ghana, I was from here. There,
How long were you married?
for 6 years.
Then two different cultures don't. That doesn't make a lot of sense.
Is he started resenting me after I did not want to have children until I was finished with school.
Ah, another one of those women. Another one of these women who want to
Right.
put their another one of these women who want to put their degree and their job and all this other stuff
I,
before life. Okay.
but I did say I do agree. I do agree. I do regret it now, looking back on it, because I didn't have to work through my
So let me
graduate.
ask you, how long you been divorced?
I've been divorced since I was 27.
No, I don't know, ma'am. How many years? Why do
So
I do that? Huh?
5 years. I'm sorry.
5 years.
Hey,
And you were married for 6 years.
yes,
So that's 11 years. You're 33.
6 years.
So you're married for 6 years.
Yes.
You've been divorced for 5 years. That's
Um,
11 years total. So that means you got off the dating scene at around 21 or 22.
yes.
All right. So in the last 5 years, how many proposals have you fielded from valuable men?
None.
There you go. Because your value is lower. You had a man, you left him for a ridiculous reason. And are you honestly thinking at 33, a productive, competitive, successful, a man of the caliber who's a marrying man has to come prove something to you at 33?
I feel like I bring something to the table. He brings
Okay.
something to the
No, no,
table.
no. But see,
So
the thing is, ma'am, and what you need to pay real close attention. You're still talking like you have leverage. You bring something to the table, and so do the other 20 women that want that man.
correct.
Women who talk like you die alone. I'm dead honest. I'm dead serious because you've already proved that you're selfish and will choose a degree over a husband and blame it on cultural reasons. That wasn't culture, that was selfishness. You wanted to go get a career or job, whatever, and a degree over your husband. That's selfish. That's not culture, that's selfish. And any man worth his salt would sit back and ask you about your past. And hearing this, they will put you in the category of, And if you want to come talking about, well, I feel like he brings this and I feel like I bring that, that may be true, ma'am. But you're not competing with this man. You're competing with all the other women who want that man. And are you saying today you can outcompete women for the kind of man you say you want?
I never said that I wanted a 6-figure man.
I never said that. I didn't. Where did I say any of that?
But
I said I was very clear. I said, are you trying to say that you can outcompete women for the kind of man you want?
I believe so. Like
Okay. So what state are you in?
I'm in Arkansas, so I'm in Arkansas.
Do you want any children?
I do.
How many would you like to have?
At least 2.
2 children. Do you want to have to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant? That's a yes or no.
Yes, I do.
You want to have you want to have to work.
I love helping people, so
Okay,
I do want to still be able to.
So let me because I get it. So what percentage of the overall household financial load would you like to have to carry for a lifetime?
Probably like 20 to 30%.
20 to 30%. So listen, pay attention.
Okay.
20 to 30%. All right. How much would you think a man would need to earn in Arkansas to provide for a wife and 2 children?
Probably like 120.
So you just said you didn't need a 6-figure man.
Hey,
that's what you just said.
but,
Hold on. No. That's what you said. No, ma'am. That's what you said. But see, the truth comes out. You only want to carry 20 to 30% of the load. So that means that your man is going to have to pay 80% of the bills. Your income is basically going to be equivalent to a mother flipping tip. A tip is 15%, and you want to put 20 on the family. Cool. No problem with it. So a woman who's 33 years old who wants to basically bring a tip to the table, tell me what you're bringing that's going to outweigh what these women are bringing. You're 33. They're of varying ages. This is where it starts to go off the rails. How tall are you?
I'm 5'7".
Dress size?
Size 14.
How much did you weigh last time you weighed yourself?
220.
See, people think I'm rude when I make my questions, but what I'm saying is, ma'am, your expectations versus what you physically bring to the table versus financially what you want from a man are completely out of whack. And apparently you didn't learn anything from your marriage that you walked away from.
I did. I learned a lot.
But
I would say
doesn't sound like it. Because you're still talking as if a man who's making $120,000 in Arkansas has to prove something to you. Let me tell you what he has to prove to you, that he can make $120,000 damn dollars in Arkansas.
But I'm more like this, is that's one reason why I would like to continue to work, because
what difference does it make if you continue to work? If he's got to pay 80% of the bills, ma'am. You're working means nothing if you're paying 20% of the bills. Zero. Because if he stops, the house falls apart. Your 20% is a tip. What is your 20% going to do, man? Tell us. What's it going to pay? What is 20% of a mortgage? 20% of a light bill? 20% of the car note? 20% of the insurance? 20% of retirement? 20% of vacation? What is 20%?
Whereas my 20% is only going towards the bills, but the
No. I
other,
said no, ma'am. I said of the high. I said of the financial load of the family. I didn't say towards the bill. I said of everything. See, that's what men sign up for. We sign up to have to pay for everything. And you ladies want to put your money in specific things. Nope. Just like you can't spot reduce on a body, you have to reduce totally. You have to provide totally. And your 20%, and even if you can pay 20%, let's just say you can cover the rent. It doesn't matter if you have no utilities and food, man. Meaning you're not going to be making enough to support the family. Your husband would have to carry the lion's share of the load.
okay.
And that kind of man ain't going to have to prove nothing. You got to prove to him that you're worth him carrying the lion's share of the load for.
Okay, I hear you. I see where you're coming from.
Okay. That's all I'm saying is you ladies got to start realizing that, especially when you're at your age, you're not in a power position. Honestly, you guys, the closer you get to 35 and older, you're at the age where you take what you can get. And that's not, I'm not supposed to say that, but that's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So would you marry a guy who's earning what the average American man earns?
Yes.
And
Yes.
what is that?
Like my whole
What does the average American man earn?
around about 50.
Average American
Be
white
like,
man, average American black man earns closer to 40.
okay.
And you marry him at marrying 40? Okay.
Yes.
All right. And then together, what would your household income be?
140.
Huh?
140.
140. So 140. So 140. So roughly 2/3 is yours. So every time the mortgage is due, you're writing 2/3 of the mortgage. He's writing a third. Every time the groceries have to be paid, you're paying for 2/3 of the groceries. He's paying for a third. The kids need braces. You're paying for 2/3. He's paying for a third. Every single dime that is spent, you are paying 66 cents and he's paying 34 cents. And you would be a cooperative, submissive wife to this man.
Yes.
I don't believe that more than the man on the moon. You didn't even want to quit going to school for a man you was married to. I mean, anybody believe that?
So when you're young, you do young and stupid things.
Okay.
And
Well,
you,
okay. Let's just say if that's just say the case, then why aren't you? If that's the case, man, Arkansas is littered with men making $40,000 who would love $100,000 wife and love you to pay 2/3 of the bills. You shouldn't have no problem.
right. But I have to actually get out there and date. And that's something I haven't been doing either.
Why?
So,
Why?
oh, because I've been more so focused on getting back into doing my therapy and everything else like that. So I
You got
haven't.
divorced 5 years ago. You were married for 6 years. You don't have a long relationship history, man.
Right.
Let's just be honest. You've been focusing on yourself. It hasn't been a priority.
No, I haven't made that a priority.
Okay, well, then you also got to factor something else into it. Your relationship skills have atrophied.
Okay.
When I say you ladies are not in a power position, that offends some women. But what I'm showing is you ladies just seem to think that you can just go out and get a man. And it's not. You still got to go out and compete. And I got news for you. This is going to bother a lot of women aren't. You still going to have to compete for those $40,000 a year guys.
Right.
So my ultimate point is a man does not have to climb a wall. You have to lower your wall. in order to make a connection with somebody. But thank you for being honest. We're gonna get on to the next person.
All right.
I would say this: you know, you need to hire a personal trainer.
Yes.
Are you doing that this year?
I am starting back going to the gym and everything.
What
I'm actually fixing
I said a personal trainer,
a
not going to
person
the gym. When was the last time you're how tall again?
5'7".
5'7". When was the last time you were dress size 4 or 6?
I have never been on
Yeah,
dress size.
you have. You didn't go to sleep as a little girl and wake up as a woman.
No, it was
You,
probably when I was very young.
well,
The smallest I have been is size.
my point is you are not. I'm not saying not capable, but you're not qualified to get you down to the weight you need to. That's why you need a professional.
Okay.
You ladies always think you can see. When I'm talking to a women who think they can do everything. I just said, when you going to hire a personal, are you going to hire a personal trainer? You said, no, I'm not going. Yeah. And translation, nope, I'm going to the gym. I'm going to look at some videos and I'm going to try to cobble this together. No, take some of that $100,000 you make and hire a personal trainer and drop down to a dress size and to be in your fighting weight and give yourself a chance to find a man that you would deem as appropriate and he would deem you as appropriate. Because, ma'am, you weigh more than a man at your height. A 5'7", men weigh about 150, 155, 160 pounds. You're almost 100 pounds more than a man.
Okay.
And these things are important because I'm talking to you and I'm talking to women in the audience. So you ladies can start understanding that, like it or not, men are very visual. Men want what they want. And it's not just the top earners. Go back in our grandparents' generation and our great grandparents' generation. Women who were domestics, cleaning white folks' floors, was still fit.
Right.
And they were
Oh,
still feminine. So there's no excuse for modern women not to do at least what women in segregation and pre-seg and post and you know after slavery did. All right, thanks a lot. Yeah, that was a lot in that call, but it's important because so many women really believe that men got to do all this for them. Orta, unmute yourself. Hello. I am well. What you got for me? Well, now are you on the topic? Now I got to make sure you're on the topic. What do you have on the topic? Climb the wall to get to me. Okie dokie. Well, you know how that goes. Got to be on the topic. No topic, no talkie. Come on, ladies. We got to stay on the topic. If you want to talk about something else, I can do that when I have an open show. Okay, let me do this real quick. Bound to me, kneel for me. You speak of nothing but truth, brother. They're scared to even deal with a very structured man because they have to get their ish together and deal with him. Can't even hold a conversation that will keep them interested in her. Don't bring it up to the table. Thank you. Ladies, you hear what the men are saying? The men at the levels you're talking about are saying that you ladies aren't putting any thought into this thing. Let's see. Here's what we do next. Kelly, go ahead. Unmute yourself. Look, I can.
But you're right. Way right. I don't have a disagreement. These men, They want you to be on point. They will tell you, you better get on my program or I'm out the door. And if you don't, they will leave.
But is that the way it should be? Or
Yes.
I
Yes,
mean,
it should be that way.
did you hear the previous caller?
I just was like, wow, like what is she talking about? I didn't want to be rude, but I just listened in total disbelief. It should be that way. You need to be feminine, fit, friendly. Submissive is number one for these men. I'm telling you. Submissive is number one. They do not want selfish women.
So, do you have any female friends?
Not anymore, because a lot of them a lot of
Lisa.
them are not like me. They think I'm crazy.
Uh-huh.
They just totally think they look at me like I'm crazy, because if my man says go, I'm like, sorry, ladies, gotta go. You know, if my man needs me to do something, I'm doing it. No question.
Well, it's best that you don't have friends if your friends are going to be
Exactly.
if they're going to be that. So, all right, appreciate it, sis. Let me do this.
Okay.
Somebody in the chat room. Let me also say this. Don't come in my chat room talking about Dusty this or Dusty that. This is not a look, man. You guys can say Dusty wherever you want to, but over here, I'm actually gonna ban that word, because over here I don't deal with Dusty. Take that over to your platforms where y'all interact with Dust. But stop trying to make the men over here. Just don't project over here. See, the problem is many of you women who talk this stuff try to treat all men as they're the same. And you are exactly the kind of women I'm talking about. When you find the kind of man it is you say you want, you are the one lacking. So think about high value men have morals and this and that. Let me tell you something. One thing you guys are gonna have to get real quick. Your religion is very subjective. There are people who are atheist, agnostic, Buddhist, Muslim. They have a different faith setup, and they are high value men. The things you're talking about are add-ons, but high value in and of itself has to be a global concept. But sadly, what I find is many of women who are talking about high value men need to have character, values, such and so forth. When I speak to you one on one, the lack is not in what the men need to have. The lack tends to be what your morals, value, character, the things you're bringing to the table. So what I find, a lot of you ladies who come in here talking Dusty this or that are really projecting a lot of your stuff onto this blanket campus of a man, which that ain't gonna get you nowhere. That ain't gonna get you nowhere except maybe some cool points in somebody else's chat room, but it ain't gonna get you nothing over here. Again. Yeah, I see the same talking points like everywhere, every room. It's like the same people go from space to space to space to space to space saying something. Okay, Jesus. How many phones does Nicole have? Nicole, unmute yourself. Hello? Hi. Are you on here twice? What do you got for me? Okay. Well, how old are you? Okay. Um well, why are you not on, why is there no picture and you're not on camera?
camera.
Well, I'm sorry. You're 23 and a businesswoman?
Yes, Kevin, what were you doing at 23?
Oh, see, that's what we don't do.
You
See,
bastard.
that's what we don't do. That's what we don't do. See, this is what's wrong with these women. And these are the same women who run around these are the same women who run around trying to act like there's something that they're not. And honestly, they get angry because they like to call themselves high value women, like to call themselves something. But, where's your dad? Where's your husband? Well, no. You want to act the fool? You're the same. You're the same trick that called in talking about you had 2 Chanel bags. Why don't you put them on camera? Yeah. Nobody can hear you. No one can hear. No one can hear. No one can hear you. Hey Solo. This is that same fool that talked about she has 2 Chanel bags. This is the same. This is the same the ghetto queen that talked about she had 2 Chanel bags. Listen to her scream, fool. Guys, listen to them. This is what I'm talking about. They are so triggered that they can't be what they used to could be in 2017. I'm 23 and I'm dating a high value man. This is the chick that came in. I'm dating a high value man, and I asked her a few questions. Well, what do you do? Well, I'm dating a man. I'm getting 2 Chanel bags for Christmas, high value, and I clicked on her. See, this little fool has been calling back over and over and over again. Ask yourself one question, ladies. What true woman who has a really nice life and is dating authentic high value men have the time to play on a YouTube channel? I mean, listen to her. She's talking like somebody can hear her. I can hear you in the background because you're making me money. I can hear you because you're making me money. Mookie! Mookie! That's what she got that little Rosie Perez voice. Mookie! Mookie! Oh, Mookie! Buy me a Chanel bag, Mookie! I got 2 Chanel bags, high value, Mookie! I'm a business person at 23, Mookie. I got my own business, you bastard. Mookie. Come on. That's why she don't want to get on. She's still screaming. This is one of them chicks from New York. And somebody here's what we're going to do. Everybody in the chat room, everybody collect 25 cents, and we're going to try to fill up her MTA bus pass. We're going to try to fill up her subway card so she can ride the subway and then go get some sandwiches. Mookie, I'm going to get a Chanel bag, Mookie. I'm high value. I got 2 Chanel bags, high value. 2 Chanel bags, high value. The Chanel store, it's not. She's going to the Chanel store, and they're like, "Ma'am, I'm sorry, we're closed." No, and she's still talking. Why are you still talking, lady? Why are you still screaming? Why are you so mad? 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 Huh? What? Speak up. Speak up. I can't hear you. What? Huh? Say it louder. A little bit louder. Hold on. Say it louder. 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 Hold on. I can't hear you. Are you? Hold on, everybody. Hold on. You need to get in the microphone and say it as loud as you can. Louder. Louder. Come on, louder. Come on. You're too low. Use some of that high value Chanel bag money and speak louder. Little louder. Yeah. I'm sorry. Look at them. We got, okay, thank you for the 99-cent donation. Now, Nicole, what you do is you go down to Walmart and get me one of them free Walmart cards, and I'm going to send you these 99-cent donations, and we're going to get you a month's of rides on the bus and 6 sandwiches. We're going to get you a month's ride on the bus and 6 sandwiches, 6 cold cut combos for your eating pleasure. The whole foot long. That's right. You're going to get a month full of bus passes and 6 foot long cold cut combos for Black History Month. And you can put them each in your Chanel bag. You can get it cut in half, and each half of a sandwich can go into each Chanel bag. And she's still screaming. Okay. Jared, will you come get this clown? Mookie! 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 Oh no. Now you make sure you come now you go ahead and text me where you go ahead and email me where you want me to send these what is it? 1962? 1964. We're almost up to $20. We're almost up to $20. Okay, Nicole. You have a good one. Uh-huh. Yeah. You got it. Uh-huh. Po baby, she pissed. She just mad. Oh my God. Your mother should have swallowed. Mm. Mama should have swallowed. God dog it. All right, coming to the stage. Hey Trish, how you doing, girl? Unmute yourself. Tamiko, you're next. How are you? Are you unmuted? How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
I'm well. Hey, Nicole, we almost got $22 on your bus pass. What's going on, Trish?
Yeah.
See, the ladies on the back can hear this fool, but nobody else can. What do you got for me? Climbing the wall to get to men.
Climbing a wall to get to men.
Women want men to climb the wall to get to them.
Yes.
Why?
I really do feel like a man has to prove himself before you should be able to go in a relationship with him, because men have everything to gain. They could sleep with you and just use
Men
you.
have everything to gain?
Yeah, they have a lot to gain.
How old are you?
In the no man's land, according to you.
No, I just need to know approximately how, so I know how old you are.
35.
Okay. You're still in danger zone. But when you say men have everything to gain, what are some things that you're talking about?
I feel like a lot of times men, they're not emotionally invested in relationships, and they can, if you just come
What are
out,
some of the things men have to gain? You said men can have a lot to gain, such as?
If you're in a relationship with a woman that is nurturing, that can take care of you, you would have someone that, would take care of you, cook, clean,
Okay, let's stop. Okay, if a relationship was with a nurturing woman, she could cook and clean. Okay, cooking and cleaning. I will tell you, the 51 years old and all the women I've ever dated in my life, 2 of them could cook. So most women today can't cook. And cleaning, 50-50. What else does a man, could he gain?
I mean, that women are the prize when it comes to sex. You know this because we are not the ones with high.
No, I know this sex. No, I know that you and a man can exchange orgasms. So a man is not getting something, you're both getting something.
No.
Oh, yes.
No.
Yes. You're not a virgin. See, you're a prize if you're a virgin.
What? No.
Yes.
No.
Okay. You don't have to agree, but the men get to say what it is. And see, this is what you ladies don't seem to like. You cannot rewrite the rules because men get to decide whether or not they're going to move on those rules. I ask you what men stand to gain, and you seem to be struggling to tell me what they're gaining.
I'm not struggling telling you what they're gaining.
Okay, cooking possibly, cleaning possibly. And you said women are the prize when it comes to sex. I say both people have sex. You're exchanging orgasms. You're not a virgin, so you're no longer a prize.
No.
Do you have any children?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, you're in the minority. A woman with children certainly can't talk about a prize being in sex. What else would a, we don't have to agree, keep on. What else would a man stand to gain?
I mean,
Come on, you
I
said a
guess,
lot. There's 3 things. You said a lot.
I mean, don't you guys want a companion, somebody
And
that
we
could be
can
your
buy a
friend?
dog. We can get a dog. We can go have a horse. We can hang out with our buddies. See, let me go ahead and so I gave you an opportunity to tell me all these things since you said a lot. And I said you were struggling. You told me you weren't. At best, you could give me three of one of the 3 which is split. So at best, you gave me 2, and it's arguable that most women can't cook today. So, and then cleaning is 50-50. So what you're saying, even based upon what you're saying, the a lot really isn't that much. Let me tell you what women stand to gain. After marriage, if there are children, a woman walks away with custody 90+% of the time, which includes child support. That's a financial gain. If there's anything, if there's property, income, depending upon the state, women can walk away with spousal support. Women can walk away better from a divorce financially, and men tend to walk away less, if not ruined. It is rare to see a woman walk away from divorce in this country in a worse position.
I
That
mean,
hold on, and then if you get spousal support, that is in that goes on until a set date or until you remarry. Ma'am, those are concrete things. And also, you also could tend to get half of all property, not just gained during the marriage, possibly outside, possibly before the marriage, depending upon the man's relative wealth. Jeff Bezos had to give up half of his fortune and he made at Amazon, and his wife ain't delivered one package. Dr.
him,
Dre's wife was trying to get half of his income and she has not made one beat. Ma'am, the things that women stand to gain out of a marriage far, far, far exceed the few little things you try to say. You gotta admit that.
you know what? Yes, it is true. But coming to Jeff Bezos, him and his wife started Amazon almost together.
Ma'am,
They were
I don't
married.
care if it's Jeff Bezos, Dr. Dre, Johnny Carson. You can anecdotally find things where there may have been bilateral contribution, but for the most part, it's not that way. Man, what I did is I took my feelings out of it and I gave you some ironclad things that women tend to gain, and they tipped the scales greatly. The things you gave me didn't even make a dent.
No, I still have something to say about all you say we're gaining,
Oh,
but
I don't
all
care about.
is
I don't. Okay, tell me about what men are gaining. You said men gain a lot, and you haven't told me. Cooking, maybe. Cleaning, maybe. Sex, half and half. What else?
your womb. If you give them children, your womb, and also, I mean, look, and coming to the divorce, I have something to say about that. If women like were married to for a long time to this guy, to me, I feel like they deserve it. Because if they were married
See,
for
guys,
like how
what I'm
many
trying to get you to understand is you now you're going to my points. Don't go to my points to try to make your points. I've given you multiple opportunities to tell me. First, you said men gain a lot. That's what you said. And I gave you multiple times chances to tell me what a lie, and you can't. Now you're trying to change my points to your point. And what you're showing is that men have far more to lose and women have far more to gain. And you can't even make a reasonable argument about that.
children,
Your argument rests on sex.
ch- children too.
Children mean if she stays in the marriage, yes. But we have a divorce rate of in excess of 50%, where women are filing divorce at 70, in the black community 80% of the time. So that's no guarantee. As a man who was made a part-time father, a weekend dad, I will tell you, most men have to pay for children that they cannot even raise. Ma'am, you're just simply wrong. It's a bunch of feelings.
I just don't
You're
believe that
35 years
women don't
old.
have anything to offer.
You're 35 years old and you're giving me a bunch of feelings. Give me some facts on what men stand to gain.
Wow. Okay, so it's all about money. Just because women could gain
No,
some
what you're
money,
showing
whatever.
today, what you're showing is women that you what you're showing as women in your example are relatively worthless in your example because you can't tell me what they're bringing. You're saying cooking. If they cook, most people aren't cooking these days. You know that, and I know that. I've told you, most women I have dated in my life cannot cook. Not do not like to, they cannot.
Okay, I said children and companionship. Those are really important. If you take out cooking, okay, fine. But children and companionship is very important in someone's life. I feel
Well,
like,
but give me something that you're getting from companionship, but you also get a companion. Everything you're giving me that women bring to the table, she's also getting from a man. You said sex. She's also getting sex from a man. You say companionship. She's also getting companionship from a man. In my examples, it's all coming from a man. Uh
your,
oh.
your examples only apply for divorce.
Well,
For
that's the only
divorce.
thing we can really talk about. We can't talk about boyfriend and girlfriend.
We
That's
can
what
talk about
matters.
if they're in the marriage and they
We're
stay in the
talking about climb the wall to get to me to become a wife. I don't do the boyfriend girlfriend deal with because that allows you ladies to continually be vague and deflect. I talk about something that's verifiable that I don't have to worry about my feelings, that you and I both can look and agree on the facts. And what you've just showed is everything that women in your example are bringing is something that's shared. Sex is shared, companionship is shared. What are women that are bringing to the table that men can't, that are not getting reciprocal from a man?
Okay. Wow, you said it's all shared, right? So the only
No, I'm
thing that
saying
the
everything you've talked about is.
okay, everything I said is shared. The only difference this man has is money. That's the only thing
What
that
do you
because
mean the
now,
only thing? What do you mean the
yeah,
only thing? If
that's
it
the
only
only
thing that no, don't say the only thing. The only thing is major. See, I don't no, you're not gonna do that shit. The only thing, if it's nothing, then don't take it. It's not the only thing, it's major. And that's why many women wives are doing what they're doing because there's a financial incentive to leave your husband. Ma'am, thank you for proving my point because I've given you many chances to prove and you've done a pretty poor job. Why was that necessary? Because she came in saying that men are gaining a lot from women. What? This is a 35-year-old woman. This is a 35-year-old woman telling me that men are gaining so much. What? What are they gaining? And the first thing out of her mouth was the first thing that comes out of women's mouth: sex. Ladies, listen and listen well. Your sex is not as valuable as you think it is because your sex is not special like it used to be. Many women today have body counts in excess or higher than a lot of men. What's special about a woman who's had double digit, some case triple digit partners? Personally, I don't judge, but this is what men are saying. Ladies, I said you're not a virgin. And there's a cost to this independence and freedom and free sex and free love. There's a cost to it. Men don't value your sex like you want them to. And that's what she was having a hard time accepting. You can smile, unmute yourself. No, you want to talk. Men don't value it like you want it to. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. This is gonna sting a little bit, but no. I gotta ask you a question. Men don't value women's sex like you think they used to.
look, for so many years, if that was the case, why is it that like women were the ones you always see on commercials? We're the ones we see on music videos, twerking, doing all this. This is
What are you
because we're
talking
so
about? Men do not
we're,
value individual sex, ma'am. I said sex. Okay.
yes, it's
If you
all
have
it's all
let me get real basic with you. This is a real basic example. in a sexual transaction, how much do you think one sexual transaction a woman should charge for one sexual transaction? Let's just say we lived in bizarro land and men had to pay for it. Okay? Men had to pay for it. Even in healthy, functioning relationships, right? You had to pay for it.
Yeah.
How much do you think a man should have to pay for one sexual encounter with a woman?
For one sexual encounter, I mean, a lot,
What?
because if they
Give me
didn't
the
have
number.
it,
No, not a lot, ma'am. Nope. I don't want you to ramble on until you give me a dollar amount.
it depends on if they have the sex available.
I don't want to hear this bullshit. Give me a dollar amount.
A dollar amount. If
Yes.
there are not many women, if
Give me a
they're not,
dollar amount. Ma'am,
okay,
I'm trying to have a conversation that we can both understand, but give me a dollar amount.
I don't even know what to put on this. Honestly, it's just weird.
Well, not
But
really. This is how men think.
oh god, this is really embarrassing. I know it's maybe I would say $5,000. That's what I would say. Yes.
Okay. So,
Yes.
$5,000. So
Yeah.
what I need you to do is I need you to go to, what city do you live in?
Dallas.
Right. I need you to go to any place where prostitution is rampant. Even I need you to go onto a website. Eros, Eros, Eros. It's a countrywide site for escorts, high-end prostitutes. And I need you to go look at what these women are charging for one session with them. And these are escorts. It ranges anywhere from $150 to possibly $600. And that's high-end escorts. I'm going to tell you what most women, especially if they work in the streetwalker profession, they will tell you they're getting about $40. And this woman said $5,000. So what you basically said, ma'am, is that if a man is making $50,000, he can have sex with his wife 10 times a year. You out of your fucking mind. This is what I mean. You ladies think your vagina is rare. I got news for you. The female comes standard with a vagina. And unless it's a virgin, it's not as valuable. But even if she was being facetious at saying 5,000, the thing is, what we do know is it wasn't 50. There was no way in hell she would have gave a number close to being $50. And this is how much they really believe their vagina is worth at 35. Ma'am,
That question wasn't a question I could answer.
get it?
Though.
What? It's a question you couldn't answer?
Because it depends on the circumstances of the situation.
Of course, ma'am.
and
But
other things.
but if I asked you how much a hamburger costs, you could give me an approximate value. If I asked you how much a home costs or a car costs, you can give me an approximate value. There are always variables. But in general, if I told you a hamburger was $700, you'd say that costs too much. But if I said it was $5 or $3, you'd say, that's about right.
Because
There are
I feel
always variables. There's a high end, there's a low end, there's a high end Kobe beef that's $400-$500, and then there's 99-cent McDonald's. But there's always somewhere in the middle. And what you're telling me is $5,000 is an average, because I said an average cost. And honestly, ma'am, I believe that you honestly think your vagina and women's vagina is really worth that. And it's
because
simply,
these are people. These are not burgers.
I don't give a
These are-
shit, ma'am. This is I get it. See, it's people. But what you ladies don't seem to realize is with the women's movement, with freedom comes responsibility. You now have free love. You can choose who you have sex with, who you have a baby with, and now you have lowered the price of vagina on the market. It's lower. See, a man used to have to either get married to have access to a vagina or
Right.
go to a prostitute. Now he could swipe left and swipe right. The price of vagina, if it was on the stock market, would be a penny stock. Down to
Oh my god.
this is you may not like it, ma'am, but you cannot tell me that you think a man would, okay, $5,000. So let's say somebody was going to date you. They took you out on a nice date in Dallas, a nice steakhouse, $300. What you're telling me is they'd have to take you to basically a steakhouse roughly 17 times before you'd have sex with them. You're crazy. And see, the problem is when you start making women put numbers on stuff, it takes it out of the feelings and it gets it real. And because most women are so innumerate,
like that.
huh?
I don't feel like you should put numbers on something like that, though. I don't think that
Why not?
you could apply that to numbers.
Why not? You put up. Wait a minute. Pimps and escorts and pimps and prostitutes and strippers, they put numbers on it. They do. OnlyFans, they put numbers on it. They do. I mean, I'm a grown up. I don't know about you're 35. You're a grown up. People put numbers on sex, and you do too. There's a number in your head where you say, you know what? I'm not going to sleep with a man until we go on at least this amount of dates. There's a number in your head. We got to go on this amount of dates that with this amount of places and this amount of non-sexual contact. There's a number. And see, men just want to get to that number. And what you ladies are realizing is, like it or not, there's a number, and it ain't as special as you think it is. Because the reason ain't nobody gonna climb the wall to get to you is because somebody else has got $40 on it. And I'm saying the women I deal with, but I'm saying the bottom line is, if you want to charge more, you're gonna have to be able to articulate why it's worth more. And what you haven't told is why somebody should pay you $5,000. What is your sex 1,000 times better? 100 times better?
And my personality, the way I engage the person,
is your sex 100 times better?
It doesn't have to be the sex.
Okay, but we're talking about sex, man, right now. Is your sex worth $5,000? Is it worth 100 times more than $50? Nope.
Yeah, I think so because I feel I'm worth more.
Okay.
But even that's not even a good.
Okay. Then who has paid you? Okay, then I would see. This is a problem. She really believes this, dude. She's offended, and the thing is, all the men know exactly what I'm talking about, and you ladies, I think many ladies probably think like it's her, it's me, it's my body. I'm sorry, man. You're not a virgin, and women have charged. One man, one. That's the problem many men have with dating today. You're charging one group of men one sexual price and another group of men another sexual price. And then you want every man to believe it's special. You want the highest price on your body? Be a virgin. At 35 years old, ma'am, how about, here's a question you can answer legitimately. No dollar value. No dollar value is necessary.
Okay.
Regarding sex, should you get more for sex at 35 than you did at 25?
I feel like it should be the same thing because I'm
okay.
same
What product on the market? What product on the market maintains its value with age and use?
Nothing.
Exactly.
A human being is not a thing.
Oh yeah, it is.
Object.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Better check slavery. If you don't check slavery, a human being has a price on him. You work for a company?
Of course.
Then you got a fucking price on you. It's called your salary.
That's my value, dude.
Yes, to that company it is. If you thought your value was 10 times more, I guarantee you they'd show you the door. See, you ladies don't like to deal with reality. This woman actually said $5,000. Then she's saying, well, I should be able to charge the same thing at 35 that I charge at 25. No, you're 10 years older with 10 years more use and 10 years more mileage. And see, this is the problem. Women who are older think that they should get more when they're less.
We're not less, Kevin.
Okay.
Thank you. We're not less.
Yes, you are. Who gets to judge?
Yes, it's you guys that are going to judge us.
Exactly. And men deem older women less valuable than younger women. What country are you from?
What country am I from?
Country? I don't know. Yes. Are you from the United States?
Not really. I'm from Nigeria.
Okay. So I picked up an accent. That's why That's why I asked.
Okay.
Are younger brides worth more than are older brides and the younger brides the same value? Hell no. Get out of here. You mad because you mad because the reality of equality has hit so many of you womanists, feminists dead in the face and you don't like it. Welcome to freedom.
Well, I just feel like it's what you believe. So if you believe that you're less valuable, if you believe that you don't have value because you're not 25, then I feel like that's what's going to come to you. But I feel like if you believe that you have value, then I mean, you do.
Show me the man. Show me the ring on your finger from a high value man or a productive, competitive, successful man who's validated that.
I don't have one.
Exactly. So you guys can believe in the power of sunshine, fairy tales, and leprechauns all you want. Men determine the value of women on this market. Welcome to reality, ladies.
Well,
I'm sorry, you determine the price of sex in this market. Women have always determined the price of sex in this market, and I'm sorry, you guys flooded the market with cheap access to vagina, so the price went down. And now you want people to still pay the high price for a product that's not rare.
Yes, they can, because Gucci is still closed. I could get a shirt.
You're not Gucci. You're Gucci. You're not Gucci. You're not, man. I'm sorry. At 35, you're not Gucci at 35, man. I'm trying not to be rude, man, but come on. You're still trying to get Gucci prices when you are really at maybe the Gucci outlet.
No, what I want to say is that even if they have flooded vagina everywhere, that doesn't mean everyone is gonna be that cheap.
I didn't say everybody, but I said in general, ma'am. And the problem is and the point is, you're right. And the problem is the women who think they should be getting 5,000 when it's 50 are the ones that are gonna die alone.
You just make me laugh.
Because Charles, y'all gonna die like Miss Havisham. You look, ma'am. I don't begrudge. If you want to say your JJ's worth $5,000, you're not gonna take a dime less. You have all the right to it. I'm not trying to tell you to lower your price. I'm just telling you you're gonna have few and far between and interested buyers. I mean, I asked you who's bought it, and this is a purchase, ladies. Who's bought you? You can talk all this shit, but who's bought you? You're from Nigeria. You know how this works. Now you're twisting. Now you're shaking. You're kicking your leg, and because you know what I'm talking. 400 years ago would have been 2 cows, 6 goats, and some chickens. Give me her. Is that not a price?
It is.
Exactly, and there's still the same price because whoever would put a ring on your finger if they did it, guarantee. If there's a woman who has the same anatomical shape and who will get a smaller ring, and a woman who has the same anatomical shape who will get a 10 carat, can't even hold up her hand. What's the difference?
There is no difference. You just got a better man. That's the only difference.
No, there is a difference. And now, see, the thing is, you say you got a better man. And okay, let's just take your example. Then why can't you all get the better man?
I mean, probably maybe people are not in a good place to find them or whatever.
No, it's because you women overvalue yourselves. You're far too arrogant, and you think you're worth more to men than you are. And men tell you what we value. You don't want to listen, and you want us to value the things you want us to value, and men simply aren't buying. The market is showing you.
What other options you guys have though? Like if all the women are not acting that way, they have to be with women at the end of the day.
They don't have to buy them. What's the option? They can rent them. That's what the option is, ma'am. The option is what the option. See, you ladies think what's the option? And guys, pay attention. That was the ultimate plan. See, it used to be, well, you got to come back to us anyway. No, men are either choosing nothing or that's what this emergent sex doll thing is. Guys are choosing to go overseas to try to find a bride over there, or sex tourism. Like, ma'am, like it or not, you ladies act like you got leverage. Where are your husbands? No one's buying you. And you act like that you gotta buy me. And that's how you act. That's why you can be 300 pounds of purple hair. Because somebody gotta buy me. Nope.
Wow. Okay. So you said you can rent them. You can rent them,
Yes.
so you don't need to get married because you can rent them.
Yes. It's called OnlyFans. It was called Craigslist. It was called Backpage. It's called Tinder. It's called the
You,
hookup. Hold on. You're 35, right?
yeah.
All right. 15 years ago, there was no hookup culture. There was no Netflix and chill. There was no swipe left, swipe right. 15 years ago, you still had to kind of go on a date. That ain't the case now, is it?
Um,
Nowadays, it is far more common for people to swipe left, swipe right, have sex first, and then decide after the sex whether or not they like each other enough to go on a date. That is the
yeah.
norm. That is far more the norm.
People sleep with each other first, then go on a date.
Welcome to the
Uh,
welcome. Okay. In the chat room, anybody want to bring this woman up to speed? Ladies, want to bring up this lady up to speed? Yes. It's called hookup culture. And when is your birthday? What month? What's your birthday month?
my birthday month is September.
So you just turned 35. All right. But you're on the back, but past 35, you're on the backside to 40.
Right.
You are still you have the middle-aged dating woman's mindset in a new dating environment. Thinking that you can put a high dollar value on dating and thinking you can set your price high and thinking that men are going to have to meet it. They don't, ma'am. They don't. Because for every woman that's 35 who thinks she should still be getting the price of a 25-year-old, a man who has his choice is going to get with a 24-year-old is cool to just come by Netflix and chill.
Yeah.
I'm
Those
sorry.
were the thoughts.
Huh?
So yeah,
Huh?
the girls that do the Netflix and chill when they first meet you, nobody takes them serious anyway, because that's really like
Okay,
that's just
this
like
is what you say. This is what you say. This is what helps you ladies sleep well at night. What I'm about to say is gonna hurt. Nobody's taking you seriously either because you don't have a ring. So y'all can just knock that shit off.
okay. Wow. Okay.
I'm just it's cold, but it's true. Nobody's taking that. I'm going to wait second virgin. And I've told this to so many women your age who said, I was a woman on here on my Instagram who was in Atlanta in her mid 30s talking about she going to make a man wait. I think she had a couple of kids. I'm like, you out of your mind? And see, it used to be that somebody who had a used vehicle would realize that I can't get new car prices for this. And I just need to try to sell my vehicle to somebody who's looking to buy a vehicle. And I need to make the best deal I can, not try to act like it's better than a new vehicle or as good as a new vehicle. And then when they can't sell it for a new vehicle price, say something's wrong with the market. Because at the end of the day, as cold as this product things may sound, it has real import. No one's buying middle-aged women.
Wow. You know what? Well, that's what you. I know you feel like we're delusional, or whatever, but that's just not what I feel.
I don't care
feel
about
like,
what you feel. Show me the marital rates of a woman over the age 35. Don't tell me what I feel. Show me the marital rates of a woman over age 35. Show me the marital rates of a woman over 40. Don't tell me about what you feel. Show me the rates.
I don't Google that kind of thing. I
Well,
haven't
well,
tried
here's
to.
the thing. This is another thing. You need to start because you are delusional. If you think what you feel changes reality, that's
Well,
delusion. If you think what you feel changes the facts, that's delusion.
well, I know that females and I have a lot to offer,
You
and
haven't
unlike
said it.
what you're saying.
What is it, ma'am? Because I asked you what it is and you can't articulate it. I think that's fair. I'm not saying you don't have a lot to offer. I'm just asking you to articulate it. And at 35 years old, I'm rather disappointed that you, as a 35-year-old woman, can't tell me. And then you turn around and say men who date younger women, that's silly because they're young and they're this, they're that. They don't know themselves. Well, you 35-year-old women aren't any more mentally mature than they are. At least they're more fun and younger and less demanding.
Less demanding, more
Less
fun.
demanding. Because there's
Well,
something new with a younger woman. With an older woman, you likely already have a home, your car, you've been to places before, you've had more traumas, more relationships. Ma'am, and what you need to do is check your ego and listen to men because we are the consumers of the product that's a woman. And your ego, your attitude will not allow you to hear the truth to make adjustments to get the outcome you want. That's why you can
I'm a PhD.
buy a dog, die alone. Or you can
well,
listen to what men are saying they want and have a shot at getting one.
what I know is that as I'm older now, because when I was younger, I would probably talk more. I was probably more talkative and I could do things that were like irrational, which I wouldn't do now. So I feel like that should be a plus. And guys should know, I'm
But
sure
that's
that
only after you're in a relationship. See, that's fine after you've been acquired for a relationship. You still got to get to the point to where a guy sees you, is attracted to you, wants to even vet you. The things you're talking about are relationship skills. You got to get there. And when's the last time you had a relationship?
like a year ago,
How long was it?
5 years,
5 years. Why didn't you guys get married?
we were married. That was a marriage.
And why did you guys get divorced?
Um, he he said that I didn't communicate well with him, or that I was like that I talked too much or something like that.
So did he file or did you file?
He filed.
Uh-huh. Because you ma'am, I would tell you if it's a communication issue and based on what you just said, you're better now. I think you should go back and listen to this segment because maybe you think you're a lot better out communicating than you really are. Because you just said that I'm better than I would have
I
been when I was
am.
younger. That's
I,
relative. That's relative. You know, if you're making a 20% in a class, 35 or 40 is better, but it's still failing.
that's just his. That was his own.
I'm
What he
telling you, ma'am, I've
thought.
asked you many times to tell me what you're trying to communicate. Tell me what women bring to the table. And I said, you have done a poor job. I'm telling you that you haven't told me anything either. And I spent 20 plus minutes trying to talk to you. And I've got a lot of feel. I've got a lot of, well, I believe it in my heart, but it doesn't matter if you can't communicate it to anybody. And the thing is, if you can't communicate to a man what he needs to understand, he's not going to tolerate it. Your husband kind of proved that.
That's a different issue.
It's not a
That was
different issue. Okay. Again, refusal to change, refusal to learn, refusal to improve. All right, man. We're going back and forth in a circle. This, anyway.
okay.
Thank you. Have a good night now. All right. right. Well, I just don't get it, but I do now. It's like, hey, ladies, make no mistake. You do not, DONOT, do not gain sexual marketplace value with age, experience, and wisdom. It decreases. There is so much in that segment that I'm going to chop up and talk. Oh, by the way, I've talked about this before. If I see you as a content creator, want to upload my videos, I will take great pleasure and glee in getting your channel strapped. Make your own content. If you want to use my content, you need to request permission. Don't assume you can use it because it's on YouTube. That's not fair use. Ripping somebody's content, downloading it. See how it's supposed to work is you request somebody's permission to use their content, then I send you the video. The way you're getting my content already is illegal. Fair use doesn't cover you downloading my content from YouTube because all downloaders are third-party software and a violation of terms and conditions and community guidelines. All right, I'll take one more call. Tia, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hello, Kevin.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. It's my first time trying, so I'm glad I got on.
So do you feel like a man should have to climb a wall to get to you?
No, I think what you're saying is correct, actually. I just found you a few weeks ago, and I am engaged and I'm in the danger zone. So
Okay. You're okay. Two things.
Yeah.
When you're engaged, and I have a different kind of way I try to handle guys, fiancés and wives on these platforms. But I'm at the disagreement portion right now, so I'm gonna have to move on to the next person. Okay. Go ahead. Maul, whatever your name is. Maul. Hello.
Hello.
You need to get closer so I can hear you. How old are you?
I'm 23.
23. Do you think a man should have to climb a wall to get to you?
No.
Okay. Oh, your hand is up. That means supposed to mean a disagreement. Okay.
Oh.
Okay, no problem. All right, guys, I got to get ready to go to LA in the morning. And here's the thing. That last call was actually a good call because what it showed is the real world would so many women actually think that that I should, this is worth more than gold. This is what they've been told by all these people selling the books. You got a talent that no one else can do. You can create a love. They honestly believe that the ability to make a child makes them nearly godlike when it's just natural. 50, 70, 100 years ago, women just looked at this as natural. And now women have down there been deified by people selling them products. Number one. Number two, you're not getting married like we did 70, 80 years ago to have sex. Postponing marriage, being able to have reproductive choice, multiple grades of contraception, and it's all good attitude means free love is the order of the day, meaning you cannot put a premium on something that's been used. I'm not making a judgment, but I'm telling you what men think, and you ladies seem to think that as you get older, she said it, at 35, it should still be worth as much as it was at 25. It don't even look the same. This one probably has some gray hairs and carrying on. And I mean, look, it don't work that way, ladies. And it doesn't matter how vile or how foul or how cold or how tasteless or how tacky. There're going to be all kind of comments. Oh, that's just so simple. And so this, but understand that's all going to be coming from women beta males and white knights trying to cape for women. But what I said was simple, calculated, and true. You can put a price on a human being. It was called slavery. There's a price on you. It's called what you make at your job. And we understand all these concepts. And women truly feel as though, I honestly think most women, when asked how much should one turn cost, I honestly believe most women would have said $1,000. That's what I actually thought she was going to say, $1,000, not 5,000. I think she went way over the top just to be hyperbolic because she didn't like the question. She understood the question. She didn't like the question. I think she went way over just to be hyperbolic. I thought she was going to say 1,000. But here's the thing. Even at 1,000, that's 25 times more than $40. $40. Where do you get $40 from? Large pizza in the movie. Ladies, I didn't make the dating scene. Large pizza in the movie. Tom Liker, shout out to him. Keep dates under $30. First dates are generally, what do you hear women say? I don't do coffee and drinks. Okay, then you don't date a lot because you ladies want men to have high investments. That's what the whole New York Times or New York Post article with women going out with men. 1/3 of women surveyed admit to have going out with men strictly for the meal. They had no intentions of being romantic with these guys in any form or fashion. Yet 1 in 3 women admit to having gone out with a man under false pretenses. Men aren't stupid. Men have wised up and said, well, if that's the case, if you think you're just going to get a free Ruth Chris meal out of me, no, thank you. You're going to have to earn that, as you should. Just like you think a man should have to earn access to your body, you should have to earn access to his resources. A first date, I wish a woman would tell me I don't go on coffee dates. I wouldn't go out with you just on principle. Even though I don't do coffee dates, I wouldn't go out with you just on principle. Because there's something about your calculations of yourself that I just don't need to know about. There's something about your calculation of yourself that feels like you need to see me spending X amount of dollars before you can determine whether, and that means you're not a good judge or reader of people. Or something along those lines. Whatever it is, I don't need to know. But I don't do coffee dates. Why is this important? Because you hear this talk climb the wall to get to me from women as they age. From women as they age. Why is that? I've made a pretty damn good case. I ain't talking to you no more. Huh. Ladies, sorry that the reality is that you've been lied to. You got a lot of bad information. And many of the things I'm saying are hitting hard. Some of these realities are hitting like a ton of bricks. But when I said the whole thing about, we should talk about men don't take women like those women over here who Netflix and chill seriously. And I said, ain't no man taking you seriously either. Because men are cost benefit calculators. That's how our mind is set up. Cost benefit calculations. What I do is I translate what men, especially the kind of men that you say you want from a woman, and how many of them do their cost benefit calculation. And what gets shown night in and night out is far too many women's inability or unwillingness to accept that the men that they want have standards, have wants, needs, and desires, and have their own calculus in how they choose a mate. The women who understand this get husbands. The women who don't understand this get dogs. And I'm not going to stop saying it because just like the young lady who has her fiance who got proposed to in Aruba, I'm looking to talk to women like that. If you're happy with where you are in life, you don't need no man, you don't need no man's validation, you're fine. Good. This ain't for you. If you're a man and you don't need no woman and marriage is a scam and all sorts of kind of stuff, good. I'm only talking to 20 to 10% of the top men and 20 to 30% of the top women. Very small segment. I'm not talking 100% of people. Take the meat, spit out the bones. You're all welcome, but I'm targeting people who are looking for value and network and legacy and all these other things. So, all right. Thank you guys. I think this was a good show. Shout out to the CIA. One love to the FBI. Tomorrow I'll be out in Cali, Beverly Hills, fluting out there. If you're in LA and I see you, say what's going on. But elbow bump me. Elbow bump me, don't handshake. And also check my ears. If my headphones are in, I cannot hear you. My headphones are in, I cannot hear you. Dope broadcast. Good stuff. Tomorrow night, IG live from LA. I'll be making content on the streets of LA, walking around. I'll have my little mic. Yeah, a lot of good shit. So until then, you know how it is. But all right, folks. Till next time. Peace. We are gone. He always trying to CB. Stop blocking. CB. Shout out to Single Dina. I'm a PhD. Shout out to all the PhDs. Shout out to all the people putting roots on me.
I rebuke.
I know you mad. It ain't my fault.
It burns. Oh, it burns. You name it!
Hey, we're taking the show on the road. Yes, the sound effects are going. Yes, some of the lights are going. Doing a new show setup. First LA, then Houston. Hey, where's Woody at? That last chick was pissed when she left. She was like,
fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks, don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please.
oh, that's so much fun. Hey. I'm sorry. Don't get mad at me, E.
Kevin, god damn it.
I know. Oh well. But hey, look. Go down to PetSmart. They having a dog, cat, and goldfish sale. Get you some Vienna sausages, potted meat, and do this. going to hell, boy. I know. I didn't do it, though. Man, my fault. Good night.